You are watching the Sunday motivational video. 15 things you can do today to improve your life. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers. It's been a fascinating week, and we are super excited to have you back with us for another Sunday motivational video. You might not have realized this, but there are less than 90 days until the end of the year, and we hope the majority of you have already crushed your goals for the year. If you did, you have our respect and admiration. For everyone else, we've got you covered. Although this isn't one of those school project type of situations where you can just cram all of your work into the last quarter, that's not how real, lasting success manifests itself. But we'll provide you with a valuable alternative. Here's a list of 15 things you can start doing right now to improve your life. Number 1. Watch this video until the end and execute. We're not kidding. Reading the list in the comments isn't enough. Having the vague knowledge of what you should be doing isn't enough. Instead, take yourself seriously for once and self-analyze your reality as we go through the list. Pause when you need to, take notes if you have to, and then figure out how you can start acting on this newfound knowledge. Most people think success is something miraculous, when in reality it's just planning and execution. Do not brush these off as self-evident because they're not. Treat the list seriously, and you'll find that little changes add up. By the end of this video, you should have all the answers you need to make a considerable difference, so no more excuses. Number 2. Stop expecting others to solve your life for you. Does your life suck in some regard? Are you worried, stressed, tired? We all are. We're all dealing with stuff, yet only some choose to get off the couch and do something about it. Chances are you put yourself in this mess you find yourself in, and even if you didn't, nobody's gonna miraculously drop down from the heavens in order to make everything perfect for you. You've been alive long enough to know that change only happens when you change. So take this opportunity to have an honest conversation with yourself. What are the biggest issues in your life right now? Which ones can you realistically solve if you pushed yourself? Then make it a priority to get it done. We have this tendency to feel overwhelmed because problems tend to stack up and bleed into each other, to a point where you feel paralyzed and don't want to deal with any of them, hoping they'll all just go away. The truth is that they don't. They just grow more. But chances are you have what it takes to solve at least some of them. Start small and build momentum. Sooner than later, you'll find yourself cleaning up your life one domino at a time. And speaking of cleaning, Number 3. Clean up your house. You want to do something today that's going to change your life for the better? Clean your environment. Start with your desk, then your room, then go for your entire house. There's a feeling of pride when you look back at how much order you put into the chaos that was your life before. You feel powerful because your actions are actively changing your environment for the better. Deep down, we all prefer order to chaos, and cleaning up your house is just that first push that gets you moving in the right direction. What can I clean about myself next? With this frame of mind and this initial win, you're ready for more. Number 4. Quit sugar, oil, and bread. This is going to be a shock to your entire system. You're probably addicted to processed sugar and don't even know it. Unless you have health issues and medications causing weight gain, chances are you eat fried food way too much. And if you're dealing with body fat issues, it's likely not because you're big boned or your genes are making you fat. You're just stuffing the hole in your face with too much unhealthy shit. We get it. Exercise is hard. Maybe it rained one day last week and that's the only time you felt motivated to go for a run. Statistically speaking, it's harder to pick up a new habit than begin managing an existing one. Instead of soda, drink water. Instead of fries, get a salad. Instead of bread or pasta, go for more water and vitamins. If you brute force your body all of a sudden with these changes, it will push back. You'll feel tired, unmotivated, and maybe even grumpy. But every time you make the right choice for yourself, you'll get a little smirk on your face and a feeling of, holy smokes, I'm back at the wheel of this machine I call my body. Aren't you bored of eating the same food you know ain't right for you? Next to the holy trinity over there, you should start paying attention to salt and the amount of alcohol you're putting in as well. Here's the secret to being just a bit healthier than you are right now. Stop eating as much junk food and drink more water. It really is that simple. Drink some water right now. We'll wait. Number 5. Start reading a good book. Or at least one that inspires you to be more than you are right now. You're probably not reading enough, and it shows. You'll find that you value yourself and your time more when you read. Exposing yourself to other people's journeys allows you to draw wisdom from their experiences. You get richer with every book you read. But there's always that question. But Alux, what should I start with? We've made plenty of videos for every possible mood or part of the journey you find yourself in. They're on our channel for your perusing. If you wanted to go straight for a recommendation, we strongly suggest you pick up Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. It's a phenomenal book about how, through willpower, you can overcome anything life throws at you. The guy went through hell and came out stronger than ever, and it's just great. Even better, since Audible is a friend of our channel, if you go to alux.com/freebook and sign up, you can get the audiobook version for free. We might even say that the audiobook is even better than the original, since you're getting even more immersed in the stories. It's definitely a must listen. This is an Audible exclusive, and we're super proud to have Audible as a sponsor and a supporter of our community. So go take full advantage of this at alux.com/freebook. Number 6. Reach out to an old friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Remember when you used to think you were going to change the world together, but the world ended up changing you? Relationships fade away if you don't maintain them. Not over bad blood or anything like that, they just do. We drift apart due to being more and more absorbed into the trivialities and struggles of everyday life. One message or phone call can rekindle a dying relationship. Do it right now and see what they've been up to. No need to be fancy, just let them know you were thinking about them. It signals to them that you still value the relationship. If you're feeling like it, you might even take him or her out for drinks or food. You won't believe just how amazing it feels when you reconnect with someone you've always vibed with. Number 7. Limit your social media and entertainment intake. This might sound stupid because our entire business model relies on you consuming our content throughout all of our media channels. You watch this on YouTube, get inspired by our quotes on Instagram at Alux, discuss events with us on Twitter, and whatever we're sharing on Facebook, but it's a smart call to make. We've noticed that the first and last thing people do these days in their lives is check social media. They don't even get out of bed first. For the first 30 to 45 minutes of the day, they keep on scrolling, looking at this artificial reality people are showcasing on their profiles. Then when night comes, they do the same. Look at the way we live. This need to fill what feels like empty time with something, with anything, no matter what it is. It's breaking society apart. People are binging Friends for the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time. No wonder most people struggle to understand who they are, what they're passionate about, or what they should do with their lives, when they never put any time into figuring out the answers to these questions. You're getting shiny colors with a pre-recorded laugh track at the expense of who you are. Cut social media to 30 minutes a day, 30 more for entertainment, and see how your life changes when you're left with yourself. Number 8. Make a plan for tomorrow. And then for the day after, and for the week after, and so on. You know why you don't do more in your life? Why you don't get more things done? It's because you don't plan on what you have to do. You just have a vague idea of what you expect to happen at some point in the foreseeable future. A plan is different. It forces that wishful thinking into the realm of reality. Start with tomorrow. Create a schedule for yourself and plan out your day. Try to be specific. Make sure to include some things you've been postponing. You can even include the 30 minutes for your social media and 30 minutes of entertainment as a reward toward the end of the day if you feel like it. Find a time slot to listen to the audiobook you just downloaded, or read a couple of pages. The moment you start planning your day, you're taking control of time. This is how super successful people manage to get so much done in the same 24 hours as everyone else. Number 9. Wake up at the same hour every day. Going to bed earlier has the benefit of allowing you to wake up a bit sooner than usual and tackling some of the tasks on your day plan way before you normally would be awake. Yes, we're big proponents of cutting down sleep time to about 7 hours per night. Although we used to consider ourselves night owls, we found that productivity usually drops after 11 p.m., no matter how hard we tried justifying it. Waking up at the same hour every day, usually 7 a.m., allows us to get more done before 12 than the average person does in a generic 9-to-5 job, leaving us with 12 more hours to focus on whatever we find that brings value to our lives. Whenever we've got too much on our plate, we might even rejoin the 5 a.m. club. But in our experience, running on only 5 hours of sleep every single night is not a sustainable strategy. Number 10. Meditate for 20 minutes. You know that 4 out of 5 people have a daily meditation practice in their lives, right? This isn't a coincidence. Meditation isn't magic. It's like cleaning up your room, but inside your head. It allows you to be more organized with your thoughts and find creative answers that bring you value. And the best thing? It's only 20 minutes. Through meditation, you're taking back control of your emotions. People will try to push your buttons, but you control the narrative now. You're way more aware of how you're reacting to what's happening in your life than ever before, and if you do it long enough, you'll find gems hidden within yourself that you never knew. It's been a game changer for ourselves and some elite members of our community. We spent a full year developing what we consider to be the best guided meditation program for entrepreneurs and high achievers. We call it Mind Mastery, and it's available at alux.com/meditation. Not only will you learn how to productively meditate without any bullshit, but we will also guide you to finding answers to the problems you're dealing with. The only thing is, we open our doors only 3 times a year for 1 week only. If you want it next time, you better be on the waiting list when we announce it. Go to alux.com/meditation and we will let you know. Number 11. Figure out where you're wasting money. You didn't think we would do a Sunday video and not talk about money, did you? Of course we will. If there's one overarching idea that governs our video, it's that of control. Because control is power. Your ability to control as much of your life as possible is what makes life incredible. Otherwise, you're just trapped, going through the motions, dancing at whatever tune is playing. Control comes from understanding what is happening. The better understanding you have of what's going on around you, the more power you have to alter it. Now, let's control your money. So the first step is to have a clear understanding of what's happening. How much money are you making and where does it go? If you ever begin monitoring your spending, you'll be shocked of how bad you actually are with money. You'll quickly find ways to streamline your spending habits, and for some of you, this will be the first time you have excess capital. What you do with it is what makes all the difference. Number 12. Identify one way you can earn more. Since the title of this video is about things you can do right now that can improve your life, let's take a couple of minutes and focus on your income. You're either an employee or a business owner. Either way, we want you to start thinking about ways you could bring in some more money. For employees, it's pretty straightforward. Ask for a raise. It's probably been a long time since you got one, and chances are your workload has increased since. If that's the case, find the right time and ask for a 20% raise. Most of you may not know this, but employers can justify a 10 to 20% increase every year if the employee performs well, just because it would be more time-consuming to find and train someone else. If you don't think that you deserve a raise, head into his or her office and let them know that you're interested in earning more and are ready to take on more responsibility. They'll jump at the opportunity to give you more work. For business owners, it's a bit more creative, but it usually falls into one of the following hats: upselling your existing customers, marketing better to bring in new customers, or creating a new offer for a different market segment. Take a moment to think about every one of these 3. If all else fails, you can always take a look at what you're currently doing and figuring out if there's anything you could do more efficiently and earn by saving costs. Think automation and leveraging volume. Hope this helps. Number 13. Identify what makes you happy and what doesn't. Most people never take a minute of their lives to think about this small question, so congratulations. In all honesty, you might be the first person in your family to sit down and genuinely think about the way you experience life. Make a list. Put down things that you're doing that bring you happiness and joy. Write them down. Then do the same for what doesn't make you happy, the things that you wished happened less. Now take a look at this list. The secret to winning at life is doing more of the things in the first column and less of the ones in the second. Don't brush this off lightly. It's usually these simple things like writing them down that makes all the difference. The moment you try to put them down in writing, you'll realize it's harder than it seems, because to get to the good stuff, you have to be honest and dig within yourself. At the end, you're left with a good reflection of what you should be shooting for. Number 14. Keep track of your goals. At the beginning of the year, you set some goals for yourself. What happened to them? Did you forget about them? How many did you hit? How far along are you with the remaining ones? You can only improve what you can measure. Tracking progress allows you to understand what went wrong with some of them and what went right with others. If you want to do something today that's going to bring you value to your life, you can begin through this type of analysis. With less than 3 months left of 2019 as of posting this video, you're going to be faced with another new year, new me situation. And unless you want to repeat what happened this year, you might want to better understand your past actions. Yeah, we know it feels like work, but only through real work will you make real progress. So stop complaining. Number 15. Write down 5 things you wish to accomplish in the medium term. Now that you've self-analyzed and have a decent understanding of why you failed to meet your goals, you can finally begin to focus on what's ahead in your life. We want you to find 5 goals, no more, no less, that can be achieved in the next 6 months. Don't go overboard. You're not going to make your first million in the next 6 months if your net was $50K last year. Instead, focus on specific things that could impact your life, like taking your kids to the movies once a week, reading 1 book per month for 6 months, taking on more responsibility at work, and finally getting that raise, etc. Anything that makes sense for you. Write these 5 goals on a piece of paper and stick them above your desk so that every time you get to work, you're reminded of them. For those of you who've never met their goals before in their lives, we're currently working on something incredible. It's our new premium experience called Goal Mastery, in which we'll be teaching the exact framework the most successful people in the world use to plan their year and how they manage to hit every single one of their goals consistently. We've used this framework ourselves for the past 8 years, and without fail, we always exceeded our targets. This one will have limited availability as well. You can get on the waiting list by going to alux.com/goals. Now, Aluxers, out of all of these 15, which one will you implement today? Leave your answer in the comments, and we'll be sure to give some extra motivation to those of you who like and engage with us. And of course, as a thank you for sticking with us until the end of this video, you get a bonus. Number 16. Do one thing you wanted to do as a kid. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you're no longer a kid, but those childhood desires are still roaming somewhere within you. Dig around and think back on the days when you were just a child and what your desires were back then. You now have the ability to satisfy at least one of those desires. Go ahead and make young you proud of the person you've grown into, or at least remember when you wanted what you currently have. Those are powerful words, and we hope you let them sink in. If you're a true Aluxer and this bonus point resonated with you, please write the word "remember" in the comments, just so we can keep track of those of you who are in this for real. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos for you to watch next. As always, the conversation continues on social media. Thanks again, and we can't wait to have you back tomorrow.